Look, Lil Flip say they selling they soul in hip hop and his career has lacked cause he wasn't with the bullshit. Look, by the way, it's good to hear from Lil Flip, but let's get into the content cause everything he say check out, but it don't add up. Drop it in the comments, man. Let's get into the
I
content.
know what be going on behind the scenes. I know who not really in control. You know what I mean? I know the real. You know, a lot of times people be blinded by what they see in these videos and on TV, but I just know. I know what I know, man. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people that ain't being righteous and they ain't keeping it infinity because keeping it 100 ain't enough. So it's just a lot of people, man, that's just, selling their soul and selling themselves short and distracted with the wrong things. So, it is what it is, man. This industry is a very evil industry. Industry is a very evil industry. It's very evil, man. So you got to really surround yourself with people that think like you or bigger than you. They let money dictate everything they do. They value money more than they value humans. I ain't participating in no bullshit. If it ain't righteous, I don't want to be a part of it, man. Yeah, I ain't gonna snake my people, and yeah, I can't sell my people out, and I ain't gonna sell myself out. Fame ain't that important, man, for me to just do anything. Behind the scenes, selling their soul or snaking somebody who deserves opportunity. I've been approached to have somebody come to my house and pray, and yeah, like, hey, man, this guy, yeah, he's like he gets spirits out, and he wants to come and pray. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I want to continue to pray the way I've been praying. I don't know who he believe in and what he believe in, but he can't come in my house. I kept God. I keep God and what I got going on. I don't love money. I talk for myself. I come from a family that programmed me and trained me to be out in this world and out in the streets and knowing how to maneuver. So you can't lure me with no money or nothing like that. Like, if I don't want to do the deal, I ain't gonna do the deal. I started doing music for God. My grandmother played the piano. I was in the church. I sung in the choir. I played the drums, played the piano, sung in the choir for God. Went to different churches and sung here and there, right? For God, doing music in the studios, making gospel music, making hip hop. But I started off doing music for God. So I'm not gonna let money dictate every move I make when it comes to music. It's a blessing for me to be able to create. I just pride myself in treating people right, and relationships outlast money.
Look, selling your soul is exactly how it sounds. It means selling your morals and principles. When you risk your morals and principles for financial gain, not only are you ain't no man, you know what I mean, but you didn't keep it phony. You didn't keep it 100. Now, he say he like to keep it infinity. I hear that. That's cute. But keeping it 100 should be enough. Let's be honest. Let's just be real. Shout out Lil Flip. But not wanting to sell his soul didn't end his career. It didn't. Bad choices. Yeah, bad choices and bad lyrics. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. The man was on a rise like this, kind of like that whole Mike Jones effect. But Flipperacha was before Mike Jones. He had already had a whole wave, like he say, since he was about 18. He was in the game, fam. But when he started saying shit like take the baby out the crib and put one to his rib, now, yeah, that was a little too much. That's when a lot of people start looking at Flip a little different. You know what I mean? Yeah, a little different. Now the song was tough. Didn't even have to say that shit. But when you start saying like selling your soul and your, I correlate that a little differently, fam. One would argue that by even saying that type of shit, you'd already participated, fam. It ain't always about having to sacrifice somebody and all that type of shit. You're sacrificing yourself. You're sacrificing yourself because you don't know what type of strange behavior happened, like what things you put within a person's brain, fam. At that particular point, you came like a demon flipper, right? See, why would you even say that? You know what I mean? It ain't about selling yourself, fam. If you do it right, You ain't gotta worry about all the other shit. Like Denzel Washington say, if you just choose to not participate in that other shit, you ain't gotta worry about that. Now, as far as somebody coming to pray at his house and all, look, man, I don't know what that was about. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. They were probably gonna leave something there. You know what I mean? That's when you gotta burn the sage when they leave. You know what I mean? You got to burn something to get all them spirits out if he was to let that man in his house. But he didn't. Flip, shout out Lil Flip, but moral of the story, you shouldn't have said that, put one in your bib, now it's one in your rib shit. Yeah, it was a little too much for most people. And I believe you damn near started cancel culture. Yeah, if you think about it, Flip was down there one of the first ones canceled over some weird shit, man. Why would you even go there? You know what? In 2025, Flip, since you're talking again, you need to come out personally and apologize for that particular line. Please, we need it. Scars from the Playground, drop it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, nigga. We going that way. Cause we can't go no further this way. You know, just being honest, just being real. Scars from the Playground, peace. Like, share, subscribe, peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.